you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. What's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with a new video. Gosh, I'm like fighting back tears. A huge trigger warning for this video. I don't know what's going on in the world. So today, as you already know by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be speaking about these two YouTubers here. They've had a fallout, some sort of beef, and they've been going back and forth over the weeks. And obviously it's escalated now where two of the YouTubers have ended up being unalived. So we have this black man here who goes by Finny the Legend. Before all this news breaking, I never heard of either one of them. And you have, I think this man is of like Mexican descent or he's some sort of Latino anyway. But yeah, in this video, he's demonic, so we're gonna know him as the demonic man. But yeah, Vinny the Legend was live streaming in Las Vegas, doing what he usually do, that's his thing. And this demonic man has been hunting him and his wife down. He finally found them and he unalived them on the strip where there's loads of people, loads of tourists, you know what I mean? Like, that's the spot to go when you go in Las Vegas. He just didn't care, he just did it in front of everyone. And then weirdly enough, then he went on the run. And it's just like, no, 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 you gotta keep that same energy. You're not gonna do this in front of a bunch of people and on live and I think you're gonna go on the wrong. Like, bro, we all saw the video. Like, are you okay? And you know what proper creeps me out and gives me goosebumps in this? Before he did the unaliving, he walks in Finny the Legend live, and it's when he's got this like this weird smirk, demonic look on his face. And if you've seen the horror film Smile, I'll put it there. That's what it gives me. It gives me that vibe. Like you can just see the demon in him, and that it was demon time, and that he was gonna do something demonic, which he did. What took me out was that he unalived the wife, like, because the wife saw him and she's like, we ain't, black women are like, we ain't doing this today, we're in Las Vegas, we're trying to enjoy, turn up. He pushes the wife out the way, pals the husband. She's trying, I don't know what, she's freaking out, she's trying to grab the phone, hoping to, like, call the police. And by the time you know it, he's paled her and then the life just crashes and it's on the floor. I'm gonna roll the clip, but guys, please just watch with caution because I wasn't ready for it. I seen it on someone else's, another person in the UK that was speaking on it. I wasn't prepared. He didn't give no warning. I'm giving a huge big trigger warning. And yeah, I was shook if I was just like, it can't be real because how can you do this in public? Like, there's one thing about unaliving people, it usually happens at night, in the dark, down an alley, da 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 da. But the fact that this was, it was night, but still, it was just in front of like the public. Like, you can't, when I say you can't make this up, you can't make like, this is how you know he's a demonic man. Like, he just didn't care. But yeah, huge trigger warning. Watch with caution. And yeah, I'm going to roll the clip now.
Tags, donut.
Yeah, guys, so you just saw that. Like, even the people that were stood there near them, like, they don't know if they should run, stand there. Like, everyone was just off guard and just in shock. So, yeah, sadly, they didn't make it. So, those two have been unalived. And, like I stated in the beginning, he's gone on the run, but he's been caught now. So, in the next clip, I'm going to show you, like, where he's currently at. And, you know what I mean? He's waiting to go on trial and get into the system. But listen, forever. He needs to be locked up forever. I know in court, because it was all on their live, they can see everything play out. Like the whole world can see it play out, you know what I mean? And with a lot of murders that are happening and, you know what I mean, on the live-ins, they are using, or even recall cases, any case, they do use a lot of social media because people are like self-snitching. Like if you look at the whole 6ix9ine, that recall case, Young Thug, You know what I mean? They're using YouTubers, you know what I mean? Shout out to Lovely T. She got dragged into the Young Thug case. But P did it because a lot of his antics were done way before social media. There's not much. Well, you know, a lot of recalls and a lot of like murders that have happened in recent times, they have used influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers, their content because people are like the killers or you know what I mean, the mass demons are literally self-snitching on themselves, you know what I mean? It's all for the world to see. So even if they go caught and they're like, oh, I didn't mean it, this was pre-calculated, premeditated. You were literally hunting them down like they were sheep or like they were deers. Like he literally stated in one of his lives that he's been to all these different casinos. He can't find them. He's waiting for them to do another live so we can look in the background and see where they're at. Listen, one thing, because now, you know, I'm officially on a YouTuber, there isn't a lot of safety for us. And we kind of put it on ourselves. So, you know what I mean? Having your notifications on your location, just all those little things there. Like obviously you want to show off and be like, oh, I'm at this place. So if I go to France, obviously I want to show off and like I'm at the Eiffel Tower. But if someone maybe I've got beef with or someone who's just generally hating on me and just wants to take my life away because there's demonic people walking this earth, they can do that just because I've taken a picture and I've posted it. You know what I mean? Like it's really sad. But yeah, for anyone that's up and coming or who's small, just I don't know. Just you literally have to have your head on the swivel. I guess again, mental health is real. Some people might just want to take your life just because they're just not all there. But yeah, like I said, they had a little bit of back and forth, but it was nothing serious. And what a lot of other YouTubers that are talking about this have stated, they both between them they even have a big following. So it's like what was this about? Because it was a bit about, you know, flagging, getting someone's video demonetized. Obviously, then they're losing out on money. When I say this beef was so petty, it was so petty. And it's just like, for one, first of all, between you both, you didn't have a big following. It's not like any of them are in the millions or like huge, like 500K. You know what I mean? Like, they were very small YouTubers. And it's just like, with this, it's literally just their men egos got in between it. They're both married, they both got wives. So for the demonic man, I wonder what his wife thinks because when he was going off, she was, you know, in the background, you know, being his little ad lib, like, yeah, yeah. But now he's unalive two people and now he's obviously gonna go to prison and hopefully he gets a death sentence. Now you've lost your husband, now your life's messed. You know what I mean? It's not like she's gonna continue the YouTube channel. So you've lost an income, you've lost a husband. I don't know if they had kids. Like, was this all worth it? Like, I'm literally just looking at this situation and it's so stupid. I'm just like, you expect this from like 16, 17, 18, you know, the really young, naive, you know, the cortex is not fully developed. You expect it from them, but you lot are in your 30s, probably touching 50s, and this is what yous are doing. Like, nah, people need to do better. And again, you need to go outside, go touch grass, because this whole YouTube, this whole social media world colliding with the real world, you know what I mean? When you take someone's life away, you've gotta you deal with, you know what I mean, what comes next. You know what I mean? You can't unalive someone and think everything's gonna be hunky dory. Like, you know what I mean? You do the crime, you're gonna do the time. So now what? Like, was it worth it? This is more than like I ain't seen nothing like this probably since Snitch 9. Like, that's what it's given, but just more violent. Like when I say I'm shooketh and I'm like a lot of people say the demonic man, he must have been on that white stuff because to do this. But again, like I said, mental health. I'm not saying he's got mental health, but there's a lot of people out here that are tapped in the head that will people unalive people for fun. Like it's nothing to them. They don't mind doing the time, sitting in jail, blah, blah, blah. But because he was a YouTuber, what was the because you know what I mean? You can't be a YouTuber now. His channel's probably got taken down. So what was the point in this? Just to show that he was a bad man. Like but yeah, rest in peace to Vinny, the legend, and his wife. Again, I don't know if they had kids, but praise to the friends and family. And yeah, I'm gonna roll the clip now.
Good morning, Mr. Ruiz. You were arrested for 2 counts of open murder with use of a deadly weapon. The court did find probable cause existed for your arrest. We do need to hear from the district attorney's office today and then hear from the public defender.
Your Honor, it's the state's understanding the public defender would like to pass this to the department.
That is correct, Your Honor. I would like our homicide team to handle this case personally, so we're asking for 2 days to the department.
So, Mr. Ruiz, this court will be holding you on no bail. I am going to send your case to the department that will ultimately be hearing your case going forward. And you will have your Valdez-Jimenez hearing at that point. That court date will be
June 12 at 8:30 in Department 14.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, you just saw that and you heard the woman in June 12 at 8:30. Now, my thing is, yeah, shout out to my American viewers. Can y'all explain why did my man have sunglasses on? I'm sorry, if they're not prescribed or prescription glasses, like, you know what I mean? You're stripped of all your rights. And it is mad that obviously he has to go to trial, even though we all seen it live in 4K what he did. But yeah, even just seeing him there, it just seemed unbothered. Like, yeah, I did what I did, and but yeah, let's get into some people's reactions, and I will be back with my comments.
You see the camera recording. There's hundreds of people around, and you still pull out a gun and shot and kill these two people over an argument. There's a YouTuber by the name of Finney the Legend. Him and his wife, they were out in Vegas near the Bellagio Hotel. They were recording. They were doing a live stream. And I guess they got into an argument with this guy. I'm not sure what. If y'all know exactly why they were arguing, drop it in the comment section. But they got in an argument, and there's a video. I don't know if it's on TikTok right now. I don't know if it's going to be up much longer, but if you search it, you'll see it. There was a girl that was trying to stop this man from taking out his gun and shooting these people. You literally hear her say, "Don't you do it." And then he pulls out the gun and shoots and kills these people. So far, both Finney the Legend and his wife were killed, and the shooter was actually arrested on the scene. And they did close down like that whole area for a little while to make sure no one else had any guns. In the video, you can see all the people around that were just looking like shocked that they're seeing someone fire a gun right next to them. Imagine being on vacation and this is what you got to deal with. Man, RIP to Finney the Legend and his wife were killed, and the shooter was actually arrested on the scene. And they did close down like that whole area for a little while to make sure no one else had any guns. In the video, you can see all the people around that were just looking like shocked that they're seeing someone fire a gun right next to them. Imagine being on vacation and this is what you got to deal with. Man, RIP to Finney the Legend and his wife.
Listen, guys, I say this all the time. I'm scared to go to America. I travel. I love to, sorry. I love to visit other countries, you know, try different foods. But that America, I am scared. Like the way he described that, you know, he pulled out the GUN in front of people and people were just looking. And he's like, imagine you was on vacation. Like, imagine me leaving little old Manchester, UK, to go to America to see two people, not one person, two people be unalived in front of me. Like psychologically, like you're effed after that, you know what I mean? And there's so many people who are older in the 70s that have never seen a dead body or see someone being unalived. So can you imagine? Minding your business, having a good time in Las Vegas, you know the same, what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. Like when I say you can't make this up, you can't make this up. This is insane. But yeah, rest in peace to Finney the Legend and his wife. This is so sad, man.
These two people right here were unalived in Las Vegas, and all of it was caught on camera. And he's the one that did it. So the shooter was identified as 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz. And they said this all started from a YouTube beef, y'all. YouTube turned deadly. So these two, they were married, y'all. And I guess they were feuding with this man. I don't know the whole story, but I'm going to find out. So as you can see this video playing above me, he comes into the scene. After that, that's when he unalived him. And then he turned his attention to her and unalived her too. So per reports, they said he was shot 5 times and then he shot her 2 times. And they were both pronounced unalived. That shit is crazy to me, y'all. Over the last month, y'all been seeing it. There's been a lot of situations where people were unalived on camera. Like on live stream type shit. I'm sending my condolences to them and everybody who was affected by this situation. It's just crazy. You in Las Vegas, I think they were touring. I think they were visiting. I don't think they live there, but just say you out on a vacation, you get into a little feud and you never thought that it could end like this, and they do. Shit crazy, y'all.
Yeah, once again, being on vacation, on holiday, and you know what I mean, you think you're gonna go back home to your kids and your family, and you don't. Like that is coming so like more common. Even personally, I know people that have gone on holiday, and you know what I mean. That was the last time I seen them. Like I never seen them again. It's mad. Um, but yeah, like you stated, rest in peace to them 5 times. Because I didn't know, but I knew he did shoot Vinny the legend more than the wife because that's when she grabbed the phone and she was in shock and then he turned the gun on her. I wish she would have ran. Like obviously she probably didn't think he would turn the gun on her, but he obviously did, and now they're both unalived. And I just wish she ran. Like everyone in that area should have been running. And this is what I love about black people. We don't need to know the ins and outs of what's going on. As soon as we hear pap, we're gone. You know what I mean? This is why we're like the best runners when it comes to the Olympics. Like we're gone. You know what I mean? I've ran before from like parties or certain events, and then I'll be running, and then when you stop or find a safe place, you'll be like, "Where are we running from?" And we'll be like, "We don't know." You know what I mean? But it's better to be safe than to story or just to stand there or to cuss and argue with people. Like, listen, certain fights and arguments, just walk away. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? Even though there wasn't an argument here, but there has been a feud and they have been going back and forth. Obviously, he couldn't walk away because he was on live. Like, it's sad because Finney, the legend, was just doing what he does. He was just being a content creator. But because of the whole back and forth, now this demon has found them, hunted them down, and you know what I mean, taken their life. But I like that he mentioned a lot more unalivings and deaths have been happening on live, especially like Facebook Live. A lot of people end up in like car crashes, gang banging, getting shot, things like that. It's just, again, we can't separate the social media world from the real world. Like it's weird. But yeah, a lot of people are seeing people being unalive or seeing people take their last breath on live or on camera. It's really sad.
Benny Ray made a video saying that basically they doxed him, posted his address, pictures of his wife and kids, and everything. All behind the beef, and we're not even gonna call it a beef, a disagreement, a difference in opinion with Deontay Kyle. And now I'm seeing that this guy named Manny, he basically hunted down this guy named, I think his name is Legend, and his wife, and unalived them. The guy Manny was on live like all day long saying that he heard Finney the Legend and his wife was in town. He riding around looking for them and he found them. They have a video. The wife jumped in front of the guy telling him, "Don't come over here with that." He jumped around her and pew-pewed her husband and then turned around and pew-pewed her. I don't know why that lady didn't run. Babe, I love you. I'm so sorry, but I'm not jumping in front of no pew-pew. Y'all taking this internet stuff too far. What are you trying to prove? You're taking away someone else's life and your own life because you're not going scot-free. Imagine you thinking you're about to take away someone's life and then your life get taken away in the same breath because you're going to jail.
Shout out to her. She made some good points. And yeah, for you young girls, forget this whole ride or die. Run. If you see that GUN, any weapon, it could be a knife. For the people in the UK, there's a lot of knife crime. You know what I mean? It's big over here. I'm gonna need you to run. Run to the nearest safest place. Run. Do not stand there arguing, going back and forth. Like even acid being dashed in people's faces is on the rise. It's just not worth it. And it's like she said, people are taking this internet ish too far. Like it's really not that deep. Again, from the previous video when they said they posted someone's address and pictures of their children. Listen, I don't know the full story, but I just miss back in the day when people would fight it out. You know what I mean? You really don't need to take someone's life. And like she said, was it worth it? You've ruined obviously their life because now they're unalived, and you've ruined your own life and your wife's life. And if you've got kids, like, you know what I mean? Because that's one thing I love about America. They don't play about their sentencing. So I can't wait to hear the time that he's gonna get. But yeah, I agree with what she said.
So I watched the live stream that occurred before the shooting in Las Vegas, where Finny the Legend actually stated how, you know, Sin City Manny Mike had a mental condition, that he was mentally ill, possibly not having any friends, things like that or whatever. And this led to the death of Finny the Legend, the YouTuber, because Sin City, literally in Vegas, while live streaming, shot this man multiple times, y'all. Multiple times. And it goes into play when it's like, when you go and call someone out and say certain things in live streams and on these YouTube channels and all of that, you have to really pay attention to what the fuck you're saying to people, because people really are out here mentally ill. People really are out here not having any friends or no social life, and this social media shit really is their life. And for him to get killed on live stream is fucking insane. Like, literally shot multiple times on live streaming. This shit with the streaming services, with this YouTube shit, with the mentally ill, is literally getting insane, because this is their life. This is their source of income. This is their source of expressing themselves. This is their source of livelihood. Social media has become the only source of happiness for many people. Many people, and they are willing to kill you over it. They are willing to take your life for it. And it's sad. And my condolences goes out to his family. I don't know if this man had children or anything, but this brother was literally just shot and killed on live in Vegas. That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to her. She made some really good points. Even me, you know what I mean, being able to have AdSense, like I have to start taking this seriously. So, like she said, for some people, this is all they've got. This is literally their bread and butter. And if you want to mess with it or flag their videos or get it taken down, there's going to be consequences. And even me, even though I'm really small, I've had people in my comments say, "Oh, I'm going to report you. I'm going to report this video so it gets taken down." It doesn't matter to me because I can't earn much right now because I'm small. But with someone with a bit more following, you're playing with their money. And one thing I know, one thing for sure, two things for certain: like never play with a person and their money and their income and their way of life, because it can end deadly or it can end you getting seriously hurt. So shout out to her. She made some really good points. Again, this whole real life slash social media, but again, people really do have mental illness. People really don't have friends or family. So their subscribers, followers, supporters, that's their everything. And like she said, with Finny the Legend, it's sad that, YouTube was his thing and that was the last thing he was doing. Like she said, they were live streaming all day. This demon was hunting them down. And we didn't see it because it was off camera, but you know what I mean? He literally took his last breath on camera, you know what I mean? Like, it's scary, like, whew, like we're used to hearing certain like TikTok stars or YouTubers passing, but they wasn't on camera. But now it's becoming more common that people are getting unalived on camera. People have got stalkers, they've got crazy like fans, and sometimes it's just the stands that cause the beef or add fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's really not that deep. You know what I mean? But yeah, everything she said, I agree 100. Like, even comments, people will come in and think they're slick, say certain stuff, and think you can never catch them slipping or see them in real life. But as we saw, this demonic man hunted them down, and we've seen what he does. So even when you're commenting, if you want to be funny and throw a little shade, I guess that's normal. But when you're coming for people's, livelihood, their kids, their family, you're pressing, you know what I mean? You're touching a nerve. So please, for people out there, be careful what you say, because you just don't know. Like, certain people will literally pull up. Doesn't matter if you're all the way in Australia, all the way in Japan. Like, you think people have got time. They've got so much time on their hands when really all they need to do is go outside and touch some grass. You know what I mean? But yeah, people have got time, so do be careful. Like, even me when I'm leaving comments, sometimes I can joke about, but you know what I mean? Like, I'll never say anything really disrespectful because, again, you don't know that person behind the screen. You know what I mean?
So there was a shooting on the Vegas Strip last night, and it was between two YouTubers who were feuding, apparently. Now, apparently, this guy ended up going and walking up to him and his wife while they were live streaming on YouTube. Like, the video is on YouTube. And you can see her face right there. That was when the guy fired the first shot. When he fired that first shot, this was her face. She couldn't even believe it. Then the whole crowd starts to run, get on the ground, and cover themselves. Ends up shooting the guy like 5 different times. The girl goes up to him and she's like, "Hey, please stop. Not here. Not right now. Don't do this. Don't do this." She tries to get in the way, and he moves her out the way, and then he starts shooting the guy. He shot him 5 times. Then he turns on the wife, the guy's wife. Mind you, she wasn't in the beef. He also has a wife. They were not in a beef. It was between the two dudes. He turns the weapon on the wife, and he shoots the wife as well, unaliving the husband and the wife. So Finney the Legend and his wife are now unalived because of senseless beef on the internet between these two, where it left the internet and it transferred over to real life. And it's saying that the shooting has a dark social media connection because the killer knew the victims. And so yes, it was premeditated. As the police say, the fatal shooting that left 2 dead erupted after the suspect and the victim have been feuding on a variety of social media platforms. What is going on with the world? The world has become so animalistic. Life does not matter to anybody anymore. You say a couple words to somebody and all of a sudden they want to unalive you. It's very animalistic. Remember, animals, they kill without thinking. Humans are now in that territory to where they kill without thinking. You really thought it was a good idea to crash out and kill a man and his wife over a couple words on YouTube? That's crazy. Goes to show that you give somebody a weapon or a gun, and they will use it if they are not stable here. Honestly, they don't even have to be unstable. This is just the world we live in. This is crazy. Prayers for the Finney the Legend and his wife, and I don't know if they had any kids, but just their whole family. And apparently the guy is still at large. Apparently they have not caught him yet. So this story is still developing. They have removed his YouTube channel. This is crazy.
For him for breaking it all down, but that's sad that the wife had nothing to do with it. But again, she was getting in the way, and this is sad on so many levels. But I like how we touched on, animals. Animals just kill, like that's a part of their nature. And obviously, us as human beings, we've always, we're more civilized. You know what I mean? But like you said, now we're just as worse or even better than the animals because we're out here. Something that's so minor that happened on the internet now it's trickled into real life, and he's just it was very senseless, like he said. Usually, like, the scientists do testing, like why the animals do this and react in that way. But literally, we're no better now. We're no better than them, you know what I mean? We're literally, like you said, like something that was so minor that started on the internet's trickled into real life, and you've taken their life away for what? It was so senseless, like, and it's like, yeah, a person's life just has no value anymore. But shout out to him, everything he said, I agreed with. It's just very sad. And prayers to that family. Like, I don't even know how that family's coping. Because again, this happened live in 4K. So you know what I mean? The whole world saw it. And that's, you know what I mean? 2 people they have to bury now, sadly. You know what I mean? It's very, very sad. Again, don't know if they had kids, what if they do. Big praise to them, man. Just may the Lord just bless them and keep their mental, because just your psyche must have. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you are a YouTuber or influencer, please keep your head on a swivel. Be careful what you say, because there's power in the tongue. And please just keep and stay safe. But yeah, guys, that's it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.